It's me, but I'm going to ask the same question for Mariv. Okay, so prepare your answers. We begin with Ashrei on page
164.
64. Moshe, you want to do you and me?
Sure, always.
We got to got this jazz improvisation thing back and forth going on.
Plain old davening, that's all it is.
Ashrei yoshvei veitecha od yahalelucha selah.
Shayam shekacha lo, Hashem shadonai Elohav.
Tila leDavid aromimcha leHamelech v'avarcha shimcha leolam va'ed.
Bechol yom avarcheka v'ahalel shimcha leolam va'ed.
Gadol Adonai umhulal meod veligdulato en cheker.
Kol ador yeshabach ma'asecha ugvorotecha yagidu.
Adar kivod odecha v'divrei nivlotecha asicha.
Vezuz norotecha yomeru gdulatcha asaprena.
Zecher avtivecha yabiu v'tzidkatecha yiranenu.
Anun verachum Adonai erech apayim ugdol chesed.
Tov Adonai lakol v'rachamav al kol ma'asav.
Yoducha Adonai kol ma'asecha v'chasidecha yevachucha.
Kevod malchukecha yomeru gvuratecha yedaberu.
Nodiya livnei adam gevuratav v'chevod adar malchuto.
Malchutecha malchut kol olamim umemshatecha bechol dor vador.
Samech Adonai lechol hanoflim וזוקף לכל הכפופים.
Einei chol elecha yisaberu ve'ata noten lachem et ochlam be'ito.
פותח את ידיך ומשביע לכל חי רצון.
Tzadik Adonai bechol deracha v'chasid bechol ma'asav.
קרוב אדוני לכל קורב, לכל אשר יקראוהו באמת.
רצון יראיו יעשה ואת שבתם ישמע ויושיעם.
אומר אדוני את כל אוהביו ואת כל השעים ישמיד. תהילת אדוני ידבר פיו ויברך כל בשר שם קודשו לעולם ועד. אנחנו נברך מעתה ועד עולם. הללויה.
Following the Chatzi Kaddish, the silent Amidah will begin on page 168. Actually, we'll begin together. We'll go through the Kedusha and we will continue silently. Yitgadal v'yigdal Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Talmadi b'chirutei v'amlik malchutei b'chayechon v'yom echad bet Yisrael b'galav v'zman kariv v'meru. Amen. Yehi Shemei Rabbah mivorach le'olam olam me'al ma'yah. Yibarak v'yishtabak yibar v'yomam v'naseh v'tadar v'yidaleh v'yithalal Shemei d'Kudusha b'richu. Leila min kol b'chada v'shir rata tushka v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'meru. Amen. 168, we rise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu v'Elohei avoteinu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak v'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel v'Elohei Leah Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim v'Konei HaKol וזוכר חסדי אבות ומביא גואל לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ופוקד ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ופוקד שרה.
אמן.
אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע, מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורבי חולים ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה להחיות מתים, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים.
170. קדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך וקרא זה אל זה ואמר.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך וקרא זה אל זה ואמר.
קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות, לכל הארץ כבודו, ומתם ברוך ימירו.
קדוש, 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 אדוני צבאות מלוך על הארץ כבודו, לעומתם ברוך יאמרו.
ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו, קודשך כתוב לאמור.
ברוך כבוד אדוני ממקומו, ודברי קודשך כתוב לאמור.
ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהיך ציון לדור ודור, הללויה.
ימלוך אדוני לעולם מלך ציון לדור ודור, הללויה. לדור ודור נגיד גודלך, ולנצח נצחים קדושתך נקדיש ושבחך אלוהינו, מפינו לא ימוש לעולם ועד, כי אל מלך גדול וקדוש אתה, ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
אמן.
יתגדל ויגדש שמי רבה, באלמד יברכותי והמליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביום אחד בית ישראל, בעגלה בזמן קריב ימרו אמן. יש מרבה מבורך לעולם עולמי המאיה, יתברך וישמע גביבר ימה מנסה, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו. לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושרה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה וימרו אמן. יתקבל צלוטון רבנו לכל ישראל קודם וישמעיה וימרו אמן. יש להם רבים מן שמיים וחיים עלינו על כל ישראל וימרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל וימרו אמן. Page 196. We rise for Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, שלא שמנו כמשפחות אדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגאור עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומונים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. אין עוד, על כן נקווה לך אדוני אלוהינו לראות מהרה בטובתנו זכר לגבי הארץ ושלה וכל מיני עשרים שמח להפנות אליך כל רישי ארץ. כי על מלכות שלך כי עולמי תמלוך בכבוד ככתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. The mourner's Kaddish for all those in mourning. We're observing Yartzeit for Wednesday afternoon on page 198. For Wednesday, April 28th, the 16th of ER, the following names are recorded in Chizuk Amuno's perpetual memorial. Nettie Adler, Nathan H. Cohen, Penny Kahn, Fanny Feldman, Mary E. Katz, Louis Kress, Marvin Levine, Jared Scott Levy, Bernard Polan, Morris Rockberg, Solomon Rogers, Jacob Sandy, and William Weinberg. Is there anyone here observing a Yartzeit for Wednesday whose name may have not been read, was not on the list, or anybody would like to share a special name for Wednesday afternoon? Okay. Mourner's Kaddish 198. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabah. Ve'alma divrach hirutei ve'amlich malchutei. B'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chaye dechol beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uv'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mivorach le'olam u'lolmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yitale v'yithalal shemei dekudesha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchada v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'imru amen.
Amen.
Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Amen.
Oseh shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Chazan, if I may, before we go on to Mari, we have a couple of minutes. It's so wonderful to see Linda Levy. Linda, I haven't seen you in so long, my goodness. And Toba is here. And of course, Arthur and Herda Beach are with us.
I didn't realize. Hello. Well, you know, I have a strong connection to them. I am very close to their son. Herda, how are you feeling?
Much, much better. Thank you.
She's going to make it.
I'm going to call you so we can talk a little further.
Okay.
That's wonderful.
Chazan, I thought maybe we could just have a quick word about the Yortzeit we observe and then jump into Mariv, if that's okay, if you want to share. We'll start with you, Toba. You have a word about that?
You want to tell him about Beverly? He wants you to talk about it.
My foster sister Beverly Harriet Freelander yahrzeit is tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Okay. Is there one thing you learned from her, Gerda?
They were both.
I learned to get along.
That's a
I
very
learned to get
important
along and become good friends.
Beautiful. Thank you. Wonderful to see you, Arthur, too. Toba, we started with you. Word about Dad, please.
I had a wonderful father, and the gift of my childhood is a gift that's irreplaceable. My parents were loving, kind, caring, compassionate, and a very secure childhood. And how they, the home that I was raised in, really made me the kind of person that I am. So I miss them every day, but the memories are kind and good and loving. And the day my father died was also the day that I met Linda and her family. Her son died on the same day as my dad, and we sat for a year together. And our friendship became, and it really didn't know each other before that. But we sat for 11 months together, morning and afternoon. And I miss you, and I'm glad to see you. And you always have a piece of my heart.
Likewise, thank you.
Thank you, Toba. So beautiful. Linda, you up it all? Would you say a word for us? We'd love it.
What I can say is he was a loving child, had a bright future, and we miss him, but the amount of response I get from friends, how many lives Jared touched, is just incredible. And he lives in everyone's heart still.
And he's touching our hearts still to this very day.
Thank you.
And how's the family in Texas doing?
We are doing wonderfully. I just got back from babysitting yet again, running carpool, so life is good.
All right. Linda, would you please give our love to Aaron and the ganze Mishpacha?
Thank you.
Wonderful.
Will do. Nice
Thank
to
you.
see
Thank you,
everybody.
Linda. Thank you for sharing. Just one quick question. Sandy, is there anything you'd like to say for our yahrzeit today? You're good. All right. Hazan, we're all yours. Thank you for sharing. It really makes
Beautiful.
a huge difference. It really
Thank you,
does.
everyone.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Was there any other mourners or people observing yahrzeit who wanted to lead tonight? And if not, is there anybody who is not in mourning or observing yahrzeit that really feels like leading? Love to have Gary. You're on.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we rise. Page 200.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Just a quick word. I'm a few minutes slower on the Amida. And I just want to give a shout out to Chazan Perlman, who helped me learn the Mincha, and for Moshe Shuali for giving me the strength to continue.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you. And thank you all.
Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
We'll start on page 200. V'hurachum yechaper lo yashchit. V'hirbola shiva po v'lo yiro kol chimato. Adonai Hashia hamelech yaneinu v'yom kareinu. Baruchu Adonai hamavarach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai havarach v'olam va'ed. El Chai V'Kayom Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Hamori Baravim.
Amen. Avad olam bet Yisrael amecha havta Torah umitzvot chukim umishpatim אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
כי חיים חיינו ואורך ימינו ובראם נגע ימם ולילה, ואהבתך אל תסר ממנו לעולמים, ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
אמן.
We'll do the Shema.
שמע ישראל.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר נכי לשם על לבביך, ושנמתם לבניך ודיברת בם, ושתך בביתך ולכתך בדרך ישפך ופתמך, ושתמיות עבדיך והיו לכתפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. שמע.
ונתתי עשב בשדך לבתך ואכלת ושבעת ישמרו לכם פן יפתה לבבכם ושרתם ועבדתם אלוהים אחרים והשתחוויתם להם וחרה אף אדוני לכם את השמיים ולא יקבלת רעה אדומה לא תיתן את יבולה ועבדתם מהרה מעל הארץ הטובה אשר נתתי לכם את ועל לבבכם ועל נפשכם.
למען יבואו ימיכם בימי בניכם על האדמה אשר נשבע אדוני לאבותיכם לעת בהם, כי השמיים על הארץ. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת אליהם וקחו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם ודובתם ונתנו על ציצית תקנות תכלת והיו לכם לציצית וראיתם אותו, ושקעתם על כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם ולא תתרו אחרי לבבכם אחרי עיניכם אשר אתם זונים אחריהם. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים בדבריכם. אני אומר לכם אשר אצלכם מארץ מצרים בכל לכם אלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
אמן. אמן הכל זה וגם עלינו כי הוא אדוני אלוהינו ואין זולתו ואנחנו ישראל עמו. עבדים המלכים מלכנו הגדול מכף כל העריצים הנפעל לנו מצרי והמשלם גמול לכל אויבי נפשנו העושה גדולות עד אין חקר ונפלאות עד אין מספר.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם, משה בני ישראל לך ענו שורה ושמחה רבה ויאמרו כולם. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדע בקודש, ולא אוסף אלה. מלכותך ראו בניך, אלוקי הים לפני משה, זה עלי אנו ויאמרו אדוני אמנו
לעולם ועד.
ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, ובלא יהיה חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גואל ישראל.
אמן. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום ועמידנו מלכנו לחיים.
Help us, our Father, to lie down in peace and awaken us to life again. Our King, spread over us your shelter of peace. Guide us with your good counsel. Save us because of your mercy. Shield us from enemies and pestilence, from starvation, sword, and sorrow. Remove the evil forces that surround us. Shelter us in the shadow of your wings. You, O God, guard us and deliver us. You are a gracious and merciful King. Guard our coming and our going. Grant us life and peace now and always. Praised are you, Lord, eternal guardian of your people Israel.
Amen.
U'shmartzotenu bo'enu l'chaim u'shalom me'ata v'yad olam baruch ata Adonai sheme'emu Yisrael la'ad.
Amen. Baruch Adonai l'olam amen ve'amen. Baruch Adonai Tzion Shechin Yerushalayim. Hallelujah. Baruch Adonai
כי המלכות שלך היא עולמי עד תמלוך, בכבוד, כי אין לנו מלך אלא אתה, ברוך אתה אדוני.
Baruch Shemo.
המלך בכבודו תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד, ועל כל מעשיו.
Amen.
Hatzi Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah.
Amen.
Ma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon. V'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala b'zman kariv. V'yimru amen.
Amen.
Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach yolam omei omaya. Yitbarach yishtabach yitmapar b'yitramam b'yitnasei. Yet Hadar, yet Halev, yet Halal, Shemekir Shah, Urichu, Leila, Min Kol, Birchata, Beshirata, Tushbechata, Venechamata, Damiran, Vilma, Yimru, Amen.
Amen.
And the Sound of the Midah begins on page 210. Any of those continue davening Kaddish Shalem. And before Olenu, would we do the Omer, Moshe?
Yeah, do Kaddish Shalem and then the Omer. The Chazan will lead us.
Thank you. Yet Gadal Yet Gadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
Balma Divra Chirute Ve'amilich Machute V'chayechon V'yomechon V'chayedechol Beit Yisrael Ba'agla V'zman Kariv V'yimru Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah Mevarach V'yolam Omei Maya. Yet barach, yishtabach, yit papar, yit ramam, yit naseh. Yit hadar, yit haleb, yit halal, shemay kedeshah, barich hu. Leila min kol birchata, b'shirata, tushbechata, v'nechamata, da'aminran bilma, b'yimru, amen.
Amen.
Gabel talotahon, uvra'otahon, dachol beit Yisrael, kadam, uvahon di, yishmaya, b'yimru, amen.
Amen.
Yehi Shlomo Rabba min Shemaya v'chayim olenu v'yalkol Yisrael v'yamru amen.
Amen.
V'seh shalom b'mamav v'yaseh shalom olenu v'yalkol Yisrael v'yamru amen.
Amen. Counting of the Omer, page 236. I may have lost count. What did we count yesterday?
31.
Yesterday, 31. Thank you for that. Hineni mukhan umzuman lekayem mitzvat aseh shel sfirat haomer. Moshe katuv batorah usfartem lachem mimachorat hashabat miyom aviachem et omer hatinufa sheva shabbatot timimotiyena ad mimachorat hashabat hashevi'it tisperu chamishim yom. I am ready to fulfill the mitzvah of counting the Omer. As it is ordained in the Torah, you shall count from the eve of the second day of Pesach, when an Omer of grain is to be brought as an offering 7 complete weeks. The day after the 7th week of your counting makes 50 days. So we'll join together with the bracha. And thanks to, was that you, Gary, who told me yesterday was 31?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So yesterday was 31. We are counting the day after 31. For anybody not aware of this tradition, we can't say yet the day we are counting until we count it. So we are counting the day after 31. We'll start with the bracha, 237, and then we will flip over to the very bottom of 239. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat haomer hayom shnayim u'shloshim yom shehem arba'a shavuot ve'arba'a yamim la'omer. Shkoyach, everyone. We turn back to page 224. Turn it back over to Gary.
We'll do Alenu 224. Alenu l'shabeach ladon akol latet yudulal yoseb reshi shelo asanu kageo ratzot velo samanu kamishpachot adama shelo samchel kenu kahem vegorlenu kachol hamonam va'anachnu korim umishtakavim umodim lifnei melech machei amochim hakadosh baruch hu Behuna teshamayim sheretz Moshe v'Korah shmayim ma'al shil sav emim ulahinu ein od and makenu efsevoto kakatu kakatu yata shvata elavav ulahinu mashmayim oretz mitachem ein od. Ki hamalchut shechachi olomei atim loch dekavod kakatu b'toratecha Adonai imlach v'lo be'ed v'ne'emar v'hoyu Adonai l'melech al ka'aretz v'yom hahu yihye Adonai echad u'shemo echad.
Beautiful Davin and Gary, thank you. Mourner's Kaddish for all those in mourning or observing Yartzeit is on page 226. Allow me first to read the names recorded in our perpetual memorial for Thursday, April 29th. That begins tonight, the 17th of ER.
This is Myriv already.
Yes,
Thank you.
it's Thursday.
Yeah, we did. We started with the we did a quick mincha and afternoon service. Now we're in Mariv. Okay.
No, we did a full mincha.
Okay, good.
Molly Brown, Rose Dishler, Harry Eisenstein, Celia Ginsburg, Eli Goldsmith, Marie Kavich, Sam Kozer, Sylvia Kruger, Isidore Naroon, Samuel Rosenzweig, Murray Selsky, Herda, I believe your loved one should be on this list. You want to share that name again with us? You have to unmute.
Her
Good.
name was Beverly Harriet Friedlander, my foster sister, whose life I entered without her knowing it. And unfortunately, she died at age 34. And I wish I had had more time with her to be good friends.
Thank you, Harriet.
Thank you for sharing that.
And today, this day, we also join Jay in remembering his father, Philip Finkel.
Jay, sorry to put you folks on the spot, but Herda and or Jay, if you have a Hebrew name that you know at all that you want to share, please do.
Pinchas ben Yaakov.
Bela,
Bela.
Chaya, Bela Chaya.
Beautiful. Anyone else saying Kaddish? Lauren or anyone, would you like to share the name of the person you're saying Kaddish for and their relation to you so everybody knows? English, Hebrew, both.
I'm saying Kaddish for my father, Chaim ben Tzvi HaKohen for Rachel.
Anyone? Jerry, please.
My beloved wife, Marcia.
I love how you say that always, Jerry. Beautiful way to introduce her.
I'm saying Kaddish for my father, whose English name is Sam Kozer. His family always pronounced his Hebrew name really in Yiddish, so it came out as Yeshua, which is really Yehoshua, ben Yaakov.
Beautiful. Thank you, Sandy. Zichronam livracha. May their memories be for a blessing. If you're saying Kaddish, those who have just muted, unmute. We want to hear you all. Chaos, sound, Zoom, craziness, and all. Please unmute. Page 226. Yit Gadal. Amen. Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mivarach Leolam Lalmei Almaya. Berichu. Amen.
Shalom, Shalom,
Amen. 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 Am I the only one who thinks that is the most beautiful thing that ever happens over Zoom? I think that, and everybody goes at their own pace. That's just how I love it. It is just beautiful. Thank you all for doing that. Yes, Moshe?
Thank you, Chazan.
I didn't do anything, but you're welcome.
We'll blame you. Don't. Thank you all. Tomorrow at 7:30. Be safe, be well, and come visit us. We're here 7 days a week.
And on Friday evening, Cantor?
Friday evening we're going to have we have a new series called Shabbat Zimra. A little different than Shir Shabbat, a Friday night series. Shir Shabbat is led by Ben Shalva and Rabbi Wexler and a homegrown Chizuk band of teens and adults, and it's beautiful. That's Shir Shabbat. This is Shabbat Zimra, which is my new series. And we are going to have 3 in fairly quick succession. This Friday, middle of May, beginning of June. The one that's happening in the middle of May is going to be called Shabbat Zimra Jazz Edition. June 4th is going to be Shabbat Zimra Bluegrass Edition. And if we could gather in person, we would have an appropriately themed meal for that with cornbread and everything else. This Shabbat, to kick it off, normally, as much as I love to play the piano when I sing, I don't like so much to play the piano when I'm leading a service. So the second two, I will not be at the keyboard. But this one, I'm going to be at the keyboard with a trio. We're calling it Shabbat Zimra Piano Trio Edition. We're bringing in some spectacular musicians. Mike Pope on bass. He's the head bass teacher at Berklee College of Music. He's toured with Chick Corea and Al Di Meola and millions of people I could name that you've heard of. He's somehow available for these gigs because I think people don't have a lot of gigs these days. So it's very cool. And he turned me on to a drummer I've never met. We're going to rehearse that afternoon. A Brazilian guy, Lucas Ashby. So I'm very much looking forward to that. And that's going to be this coming Friday. There is room for people in person. They're going to have up to 75 guests. Last I heard, it was 30 or 40 had already signed up, so there may still be room. If you want to
sign up on ShulCloud.
You can sign up on ShulCloud, and we will, or if you don't know what that is, call the office. They'll help you. And weather permitting, which I think it will be outside. And it'll also be Zoomed for people who want to join by Zoom. So that's this Friday night. Thank you, Jeffrey.
What is the time?
It begins at 6 p.m. Kabbalat Shabbat doesn't begin right at 6 p.m., probably 10 after, a quarter after. We do Mincha first, but the proceedings begin at 6 p.m.
Thanks.
You. Good night.